Will Harley Quinn be able to defeat the Starlet and producer, or will demons from her past eat her alive? Let's hop into the pages of White Knight Presents Harley Quinn issue number 6, the grand finale to this miniseries, and find out together, shall we? So then, this issue opens up with another flashback. In fact, this flashback brings Harley's entire story pretty much entirely full circle with the original White Knight. We see Harley and the Joker on that fateful night wherein Batman thought the Joker had killed Jason Todd. Naturally, we know that wasn't the case, and it wasn't the case because, well, Harley actually stepped up to defend the kid. In fact, the kidnapping and torturing of Jason proved to be the final straw for Harley. She realized once and for all that the Joker she was dealing with really didn't love her and that she may never actually see Jack Napier ever again. And from there, we pretty much all know what happened next. Harley dropped a dime on the Joker to Batman, but by the time the Dark Knight got there, Jason was nowhere to be found, and his story is still yet to be told. Now, back in the present, Harley is mourning the death of her beloved hyena Lou, who had sacrificed himself to save Harley's children when her house got burnt to the ground by the Starlet. Commissioner Montoya tries to get Harley to calm down, but she's inconsolable. She's going to finish this fight with the producer and Starlet once and for all, even if that means having to give up her new GTO badge. And if Harley is indeed headed for one giant showdown, she's going to need to look the part. Luckily, Batman, who had escaped prison at the end of the previous issue, has just the thing for Miss Quinzel, a brand new costume that fuses together all the best parts of Batman's own suit and Harley's original costume. As Bruce puts it, it should probably be a lot easier for Harley to skulk around in dark alleys now without the red giving away her position. Now, Harley already knows where the producer and Starlet are going to strike again at the Gotham Film Awards, right around the same time Sophia Valentine is set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from her son Hector Quimby. At first, you think Duke may actually try and stop Harley from getting involved, but eventually he says that it's probably going to make a lot more sense for him to work with Harley than try and work around here, and thus they kind of forge a relationship not too dissimilar from the one Bruce and Gordon had. It's here too the mysterious producer takes the opportunity to hijack Harley's earpiece, saying that originally he had hoped that he could turn Harley back over to the dark side. In fact, it's why he used his substantial influence to get Hector Quimby involved in this case in the first place. It's why he's jammed up the police at every turn, but the longer this caper went on, the more the producer realized that with Batman locked away in prison, Gotham will need a brand new hero cast in the role as Defender, and while the producer had only sought to cast villains, Harley basically wrote the breakout part of a lifetime all for herself. And it's a good thing too, because Sophia Valentine most definitely needs a hero right about now as the Starlet unloads on her with a bunch of knives. Quimby actually offers up himself so that his mother will not be hurt, which admittedly surprises Ethel. After all, this lady has only been cruel to him his entire life, and yet here he is actively fighting for her. Furthermore, despite Sophia's many shortcomings as a mother and as a human being, when her life and her son's life are in danger, she's actually able to muster up enough courage to say that yes, I love my son and I don't want to see him hurt. Complicating matters even further is the fact that Quimby clearly still very much loves Ethel and is actively willing to go with her no matter what she ends up doing next, which Harley just cannot stand for. After all, Harley knows firsthand the horrors and tragedies that come when you give up way too much of yourself to a crazy, sick person, even if you love them deep down in your heart of hearts. Which, in by Harley actively trying to defend Quimby and save him from the same fate she suffered, Harley is in a way kind of healing her own wounds of the past. Unfortunately, this is Gotham City, and just when you think things are going to work out, tragedy has a funny way of striking. Harley deflects one of the Starlet's knives using her brand new detachable mallet, only for Quimby to get struck with the dagger and die, which means there isn't a happy ending to this story either. The Starlet is ultimately defeated by Harley, and while Ethel is apprehended, the producer managed to slink away, no doubt to be a problem for another day. Harley also ends up turning down another offer from Montoya and the GTO. After all, Harley says that the badge never truly suited her, but that she's found something that suits her just fine, even if it's the last thing she probably assumed. And every hero needs themselves a brand new base of operation, and considering that Harley just lost her own home, her and the kids are gonna end up moving into Bruce's old place. Why, they even managed to christen the new digs with a brand new pet, a female hyena this time. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to an end, everybody. And so that was White Knight Presents Harley Quinn issue number 6, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed this series from start to finish. It's probably one of the most pleasant surprises I've had all year. Katana Collins does a great job showcasing all the depth and complexity that comes with the Harley character, as well as remixing and spinning her into some brand new situations that you could only do in the White Knight-averse. It was a great mystery book. I loved the dichotomy between Harley and Quimby. I loved the design of the producer and the Starlet. But more than anything, I think I loved the journey of growth and self-discovery that Harley went on throughout this series. She probably went through more growth, changing, and soul-searching than some characters do in entire series runs. Overall, I'd feel comfortable giving this one a very positive 9 out of 10, and I cannot wait to see what comes next for the White Knight-averse, as it is quickly becoming one of the most interesting brands within brands at DC Comics.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.